Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Laura and today I have for you a nighttime routine type video vlog a little bit. So I start out my night. This is after I put my daughter to bed, and so I usually start out by spending some time up in my room in case she pops out of her room for whatever reason. So I am just reading a book, or sometimes I scroll on my phone. It just kind of depends on how I'm feeling. That evening, it's usually scrolling for probably too long, but I do try to read sometimes, especially if I'm really into the book that I'm reading. The one that I am reading currently is called, hold on, I'm grabbing it. It is A Sea of Unspoken Things by Adrienne Young. I've just started this, so I'm not really sure how good it's going to be, but I think it's about a set of twins, and one of them passes away, and the other one is trying to kind of find out why. I think that's kind of the gist of this book, so pretty excited to dive into it. Hopefully, it's a good one. So after some time, I usually go downstairs and just get a few things done. I really wanted this to be kind of a relaxing evening, but there's always things that need to be done around the house. So I am just obviously loading up the dishwasher. It was really fun tonight. We had a little hot cocoa bar kind of thing, and then I had ice cream instead of hot cocoa because I had hot cocoa in the morning. So we used these little tiny pumpkins that we got from Dollar Tree, and we put like sprinkles and marshmallows and like M&Ms and Reese's in the little containers, and then put them in her hot cocoa. And then, like I said, I had ice cream, and it was really fun. I also use these for decoration, so I wash them and then I'm just washing them again, and I'll probably put them back. But I thought that was such a cute little idea. I love holiday time and how fun it is to be able to do cool things with your kids. It's like one of the greatest joys, I feel like, of parenting is being able to do fun things like that. And my daughter's still at a really good age where she's kind of excited to do those kind of things. So she was super excited. So I hope we can do that again. I've seen people online do them, and obviously ours wasn't as big, but I still thought it was pretty cool for her. So I did thaw a chicken quarter, and I'm just going to cook that up tonight. I preheated my oven to 400. I think it was supposed to be 425 looking back at this now, but it did reach the correct temperature, so it did have some red spots in it, but I think it'll be okay. I have to reheat it anyway, so I just set the timer for about 35 minutes. I did end up leaving it in for a little bit longer, but I'm just going to go ahead and switch laundry loads. I try to do a little bit of laundry each night, which is honestly not as doable as I thought it would be, but I am trying to keep up with this. So, like I said, we're just switching over the loads. At this point, it's pretty late, so I'm not going to put in another load. I'm just going to let these jeans dry, and then I'll probably do more the next day, or even possibly the day after. I guess I did put in this comforter. Once the jeans are done, I'll just take those out and put this in the dryer, but I didn't do any more like clothes laundry. I have a bunch of sheets and comforters that need to be done, but it's just been rough keeping up with this week, it seems. So another one of my most dreaded chores is folding laundry. I feel like the only good thing about folding laundry is you can kind of watch or listen to something while you do it. So I do enjoy that part of my laundry folding, but I feel like this is such a tedious task. If I didn't have to do anything household wise, it would probably be laundry or dishes because I feel like those are my two most hated tasks, probably because they are always continuous and basically never end. But I do love having clean clothes, and I'm also pretty bad about only wearing something once or for like a few hours and then putting it in the dirty clothes. But I like to have my inside clothes and my outside clothes, so that's probably why. And honestly, I have the same rule for my daughter. If she's worn clothes outside, we try to take them off and put on new, comfier clothes to just wear around the house. So this is a couple loads, so I'm gonna put all of her items in this basket, and then I'll dump out the other basket and put all of my stuff or most of my stuff in this other basket. And I'm curious to know what everyone else's household tasks, chores are that they are not the biggest fan of. I think I'm going to comment mine down below, and if you want to, you could comment what yours is down below too. I just kind of want to see if it's similar to mine or if it's a little bit different, so I think that would be pretty cool if you want to comment that below. So this week has been pretty hectic at our house. My daughter was sick for most of the week, and then I also kind of came down with what she had, which is why my voice sounds like this, so I apologize, but we got basically a common cold. My daughter had a fever though, for a couple of the days, and had to stay home from school, and our schedule kind of changed because instead of being home, I had my parents watch her for, I think it was just like 1.5 of the days. I did take like kind of like a half day on Tuesday and accidentally made the mistake of taking the wrong cold medicine. So I took the nighttime and then went to work and realized that I was so extremely tired, and it's because I took the nighttime Tylenol medicine, and I was like, oh my goodness, this was a huge mistake. I totally didn't even read the box. I just bought it and was like, oh, this looks great. And then later looked at the nighttime labels. So always check your labels for the medicine that you're purchasing or taking or whatever that looks like. So I forgot to mention what I was watching on my TV. So I am watching on Netflix because that's all that I have right now. I'm debating getting Hulu back because it's at a pretty low price right now. So I haven't done that yet, but I really want to get it back so I can watch The Secret Lives of Mormon Lives when that comes out in November. Anyways, like I said, I'm on Netflix and I'm watching the like K-pop show where they're like trying out for the K-pop. Honestly, I'm not super familiar with it, but they basically dance and sing, and I can't think of what it's called right now, what the documentary or series is called, but that is what I'm watching. It's pretty good. It's probably not one of my favorite things, and I probably wouldn't pick it if I found something more interesting, but I just can't get into a lot of things on Netflix. I don't know why. I like the documentaries. I do like watching some things, but other things I just can't really get into too much. I don't have the attention span. I don't feel like I have the time to sit and watch TV like I used to be able to either. So right now I am just doing some simple stretching. I had felt like I had strained, or I don't know if injure is the right word, but I was feeling this shooting pain down one of my legs, and so I'm trying to stretch to try to make it feel a little bit better. It just kind of hit me really suddenly, so I'm going to try and do, like I said, some of these stretches to hopefully make it feel a little bit better. I'm wanting to start yoga like later at night after my daughter goes to bed, or go back to doing like a small ab workout. So I'm hoping to do that eventually, but honestly, there's just so much that needs to be done around the home that sometimes it's just really hard to have the motivation to want to work out. At least that's how I feel. I don't know if anyone else on here is a working parent. I'm also a solo parent, so it's just me. I think that's the right term, solo parent. I know some people say solo parent if like the other parent is just not there, but I am the only adult for my household, and so obviously I do everything from the cooking and cleaning and all that good stuff. So it does make it hard, I think, to find time to work out. My daughter is a little bit older, so that definitely helps, but still trying to kind of figure that out. I do a little bit of walking on Thursdays normally, so that is super great, I feel like, but I would like to do even more if possible. So I'm going to go ahead and check my chicken quarter now. I had left it in for an extra like 4 or 5 minutes because it didn't seem like it was done, but I checked with my meat thermometer and said it was done. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off my oven and then try this and kind of shred it up a little bit so I can have it for my lunch for some of the rest of this week. All right, guys, so I am having a little bit of a drink and snack. So this is just water, and then I did get some pretzels and Cheez-Its. I like to have those at the same time in the same bowl as kind of like a snack later at night. I feel like it's not super unhealthy, but I do like the saltiness of both of them, so I try to either do like salty or sweet snack at night, but this is what I had for tonight, so I'm just relaxing a little bit. I'm going to watch a little bit more of this show, and then I'm going to go up and start to unwind for bedtime. Just kidding, you guys. I forgot that I needed to pack lunches for the next day. I am pretty sure I already packed my daughter's lunch for this day. And so I'm going to go ahead and put my chicken away, rinse out the dish, and then pack my lunch for the next day. Or figure out what I'm going to take. So I ended up taking some broccoli, and then I'm just using up the rest of my lunch meat, and then I also I did like an Italian sub probably a little over a week ago, and so I'm just going to use the rest of that. It was like a lettuce, mayo, red wine vinegar, tomato, red onion, banana pepper, salt and pepper mixture. And so I'm just going to put all of that in a wrap. So I did salami, turkey pepperoni. I didn't have any ham or turkey, but I did use that on the original sandwich and it was so delicious. And so I'm gonna do just the salami and the pepperoni, and then I'm also doing like some spinach that needs to be used up. I had already eaten the rest of this for salad this week. I normally get like a spring mix or spinach mix to have salads for the week at work, and some of this was already going bad, so I used what I could and then I just kind of threw the rest away. But I'm just going to go ahead and roll this up and then cut it, put it in the container, and I'll have that with broccoli for lunch tomorrow. So I try to do pretty easy and simple things for lunch just because I don't want to have to like heat up a bunch of stuff or have a bunch of sauces or anything like that. So like I said, we try to keep it pretty simple around here for lunch. And then I said I was going to go up to bed, but I need to do a few other things. So I'm going to go ahead and load the dishwasher, and then I'm pretty sure after that I will go up and go to bed. So I thought I had heard something, which is why I peeked around the corner. Lovely perks of living alone. And also my daughter sometimes will pop out of her room and she will come out and come and get me or yell for me. And so I'm kind of always on guard, like listening for her because she sometimes does it pretty often, depending on the night. So I'm going to go ahead and do a little bit of self-care tonight. I have a shower steamer, and since I was sick, my sister was like, you should use that. And I was like, that's a great idea to use the shower steamer when you're not feeling well for the essential oils and things like that. So this one didn't like steam very well. I don't know if my shower wasn't hot enough or what, but I've been taking hot showers and it's been making my smoke detector go off. So I've been trying to not do them as hot because I'm afraid it's going to wake up my daughter if it goes off. So anyway, we're going to put that in the shower. I think that is the cutest shower curtain. And then I'm going to go ahead and take off my makeup. So I use Pond's, like makeup cold cream. I guess it's not really called makeup remover, but I don't really want to use the wipes because they're bad for the environment. Whoops, I almost just dropped that. It's really like oily and kind of slippery. So I use that. I don't really like to do anything that's super harsh, and I feel like this works really well. It doesn't or hasn't so far made me break out. So, and then I'm going to do a little bit of skincare. So I have this niacinamide and zinc serum from The Ordinary. I almost said oil. It's not an oil, it's a serum. And then I also have this Good Molecules like discoloration serum as well. I kind of like to mix those together. I feel like it's been working pretty well for my acne scars. I had a lot of acne scars on my cheeks, and so I feel like this has helped a good amount. They're pretty deep, some of them. I probably need to go get like a facial to be able to help some of those kind of heal, but I think they look a lot better than when I kind of started this journey probably around a year or so ago. It may even be a little bit longer than that. So I've obviously finished showering. As you can see, I'm in my towel and I'm just going to go ahead and brush my teeth. I just have one more step of my skincare, but I'm going to leave this on for a little bit before I do that last step. I don't usually do the serums at night. Those are usually more of like a daytime thing, but I wanted to try and do them and see how it works out with the other product that I use at night. Okay, so obviously I brushed my teeth, and then now I am finishing up with my skincare, which is I use a tretinoid cream. This has been a lifesaver for my acne. It's pretty much cleared up, and I'm just kind of dealing with some scarring on my cheeks, and like I said, it has just been amazing and worked super, super well. I've been using it for probably over a year now, I think. I'm not really exactly sure, but it has worked wonders. So then I just go ahead and take out my contacts, and we are almost fully ready for bed. This is one of the favorite times of night for me when I get to get everything off and take everything out and just get ready for bed. Like I said, it's absolutely my favorite time of the day, usually because the days are super long and, you know, for everybody. I know they're long for everybody, but like I said, it's just my favorite time to get into bed. So that is what I'm doing right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate you. Please like and subscribe, and I will hopefully see you in my next video. And I guess I should say really quickly before I go, I just take my medicine and then usually read for a little bit and then go to bed. So like I said, thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye for now.